So good morning. I'm Sally Myers. It is a delight to have you all here this morning. And I am the founder of the Perris and the Menifee Valley Chambers of Commerce Student of the Month program. So welcome, all of you. Thank you, Felipe.
My pleasure, ma'am.
See, I love that, my pleasure. That is awesome. So I'd like to ask you all to please stand, and Joe Strange with Student Venture is going to come forward and lead us in our prayer. And our councilwoman, Lisa Sobuk from the city of Menifee, will also come forward and she will lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance this morning. So Mr. Joe, thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, let's pray. Father, we thank you for another day of life. God, we thank you for all the things that you bless us with. Through the hard times and the good times, God, we know that you're there and you're constant, and we're grateful that you're in the lives of these students. And Lord, we can already see amazing gifts and talents that you've given them, and so we ask you to continue to bless them and guide them in their endeavors, God, and whatever path that you have for them. And if they don't know you, I pray and ask, God, that they would come to know you. And we do pray for all of the community leaders here in this room. There's so many different people represented, and we're thankful for them and for the life paths that they have taken to get to be right here in this room. And so, God, continue to bless them. Have your hand upon them in our communities. We trust you, God, with our lives, and you're just so good, and we're grateful for that. And we pray in Jesus' name.
Amen. As we say the Pledge of Allegiance, think about what it represents. And so will you please join me?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You all are welcome to be seated. And I just want to put in a little plug for Student Venture. They have been leading prayer in our program for 26 years now. And they have a golf tournament coming up on Friday. So if anybody likes to play golf and for a great cause, they have clubs on all of our campuses in the Perris, Menifee, Temecula, Murrieta, Lake Elsinore area. And they have just an incredible program. So I want to just say thank you to Student Venture. Our program was founded in 1998. This is our 19th year of honoring outstanding students in the Perris and the Menifee Valley areas, and so we are really excited about that. And the program actually began 26 years ago in Temecula, moved up to Murrieta, Lake Elsinore, and Perris Menifee. So we have 4 programs like this a month. We're honoring wonderful students, as you can see by those that are here today. And what's really neat is this program has been an inspiration to other communities as well. So for example, Fallbrook has a community, or Fallbrook is a community, they have a program. And of course, Vista started one, they're going on 3 years. Hemet and San Jacinto has one. Banning's going in their 2nd year. And of course, Moreno Valley was actually the inspiration for when I started this 26 years ago. So it's really neat that our area has really invested into our students. So I want to thank you all for that. We have a mission statement, and the mission statement is the same today as it was 26 years ago. And what's exciting about our mission statement is really how these students are selected. So for all of our moms and dads here in the room and grandparents, it's important to know, so I'd like to share that with you. So we're a local nonprofit high school recognition program honoring outstanding college-bound seniors for their character, for their love of learning, how these students juggle numerous activities, from campus activities to community service to athletics. I mean, all the things that you all do, right? Or how students may persevere through challenging life circumstances, all in a setting that honors God, our country, community, family, and for a business owner like myself and for you, free enterprise. Those things are all important to us, and we celebrate that in one room. And I really don't know where we do all that under one roof together, but we do it here at Student of the Month. So we are excited about that. I would like to introduce the students and families to you. So I'm going to call your name, have you stand along with your principal. And so I'm also following along on our program this morning. So with Heritage High School, our principal is Frank Arce, and his student is Andrea Serrato. And your family, Andrea, and mentor teacher, if all of you would please stand. All right. I love seeing those smiles on Mom and Dad's faces. From Perris Lake High School, our student, well actually our principal is Dean Hauser, so Mr. Dean, if you can stand please. And our principal, I'm getting everything confused this morning. Our student is Patience Walker Anderson. I love that name, Patience, and your family and mentor teacher, if you would all please stand. And Grandma's here today, so I'm so excited. I love grandmas. I'm a grandma too, so yay grandmas. Go grandma. Thank you. And Perris High School, our assistant principal is Christy Koltler. So Christy, it's nice to meet you this morning. And our student is Renee Isaac Maharas Hungbert. So if you would please stand, thank you. Your family and mentor teacher, so all of you this morning, please stand. The rest of you, please stand. It's required, you must stand. Congratulations to you. I love that suit and tie, dress for success, way to go. And from Paloma Valley High School, our principal, Jennifer Thomason, and our student is John Paul and Pham. So if you would please stand, and your family and mentor teacher. All of you please stand. Very good. Congratulations. We're so excited to have you all here. I'm pleased to now introduce our Chamber of Commerce. We are the Menifee and Valley Chamber of Commerce Student of the Month program, so I'd like to introduce Desiree Cassidy. She will be representing the Menifee Valley Chamber today. And from the Perris Valley Chamber of Commerce, Tim Moore. So if you two would like to come forward and just share a few words of congratulations to the students. So Desiree and Tim, thank you.
Ladies first. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Ladies first. They did this to me last month, so yeah, I get to do it to you.
Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. I just wanted to congratulate all the students on doing an exceptional job. It takes a lot of courage to put yourself out there to apply for these grants and get noticed and, you know, come to events like this where everyone is focused on you and all of the great things that you've done. So congratulations and keep up the good work.
Good morning. You know, as we stand here and I look out over the crowd here and I see a lot of people here, you know, we come to celebrate these students that put all the work in, but I don't think we really realize the amount of effort and time and stress that they go through and the families go through to do this. At least at each month, and then when it's at the end of the year to try to become the student of the year, that makes it even harder. The Perris Valley Chamber is more than glad to be part of this organization and part of this group and to support these students and the schools in the area. We thank you for all your hard work and good luck to you through the rest of the year. And we hope to see you again, maybe at the end of the year. Thank you.
Thank you. It is so exciting to get up early in the morning and come and just be honored by all these wonderful folks that really are dedicated to our community and to you as well. I'd like to thank our volunteers, and they are the ones that make this program work. And so my first thank you is to Lori Ortel and Sarah Rico with the Perris Union High School District. So ladies, please stand. Everyone turn around and look at Sarah and Lori because they do everything. And I have to say that again, everything. So they make it just so easy to be able to operate this program because they literally organize the entire program. So we thank you, ladies, and thank you, Grant, for your support. We do truly appreciate that. And our scholarship who helps me do the fulfillment of the scholarships is Jerry Selway. She works for Pacific Western Bank in Temecula. Our accountant is Kim Garcia. And when I'm not able to be here, our MC is Grant Bennett, our superintendent. And we just appreciate all of our volunteers. So let's give them all a wonderful round of applause. Now you'll notice on this wonderful program that Sarah and Lori put together that we list all of our sponsors. And I like to introduce those that are here. And this morning we have from Altura Credit Union, Karina Coletzi. So Miss Karina, I want you to raise your hand so everybody can see you back there. And from Azusa Pacific University, Gloria Walnut. Miss Gloria, thank you. And Aaron Young with Bank of Hemet. Thank you, Aaron. With the City of Menifee, our Councilwoman Lisa Sobek. So Lisa, you're wearing many hats today. And with the City of Perris, we have Judy Hani, who's our Assistant City Clerk in the front. Miss Judy, thank you. And a CR&R here today. I wasn't sure if Ignacio popped in or not, but we appreciate CR&R. And one of our newest sponsors from Eastern Municipal Water District is Malia Ortloff. So Malia, I want you to stand right over here, Miss Malia. So thank you very much. And I just met her just a couple weeks ago. We were meeting to talk about the Moreno Valley program, and we were chatting, and she says, you know, we covered Perris and Temecula and Murrieta, and before I knew it, she was like signed up and ready to go. And so we just appreciate your enthusiasm, and she's here, and so thank you. Really do appreciate it. From International Auto Crafters, Annie Petrelli, way in the back. It's hard to see Miss Annie, but she's here. Thank you very much. And Mount San Jacinto College, I'm not sure if I see their representative here today, but we appreciate MSJC, Paradise Chevrolet, and Parish Union High School District, our superintendent, Grant Bennett, and Lori Ortel and Sarah Rico, Candace Rains, Miss Candace over here, and Dr. Marilyn Saucedo, and Joe Williams, and Kirk, is it Skorpanic? Am I saying that right? Yes. Hey, there we go, good. And Cindy Barris, also in the back over here. Raise your hand higher, Cindy, there we go. And our Riverside Office of Education, our superintendent, Dr. Judy White. I don't believe her representative is here today, but they are great. And she was so inspired last month that she says, I'm going to do a scholarship. So we get to add her to our scholarship sponsor, so that's exciting. And the Rotary Club of Perris, we have Mike Brins. So Mr. Mike, thank you very much. And your guest, Dan Nelson, today. Thank you. Star Milling, we have Missy Morrison. So Miss Missy in the front. So let's give all of our breakfast sponsors a great round of applause. And I'm not sure if you all noticed, but we added something new this year, and it started today. And on this TV and on the TV over there, we actually were rolling our sponsor logos. And that was really quite fun. And so it's going to run about an hour prior to our program starting, and then at the very end it should roll again. But we just wanted to take every opportunity that we can to really thank our sponsors, because without you it'd be very difficult, like impossible, to operate our program, to fund our program. So thank you very much for that. We also have a scholarship program, and what's really exciting about that, the scholarship dollars we think are right about $3,000 per student, but the way that works, it is a Student of the Year scholarship. So all of our students of the month have the opportunity to compete for a scholarship against students from their own school. And so that means that you are the October Student of the Month. You will receive a scholarship application from Lori and Sarah in springtime. It'll be competitive, like I mentioned before. There'll be a couple of short essays and some other information that you will complete, and then you'll turn that back in. There'll be a deadline. We all know what deadlines mean. And then there will be a whole group of judges that will judge those scholarship applications. We will have a final event called the Student of the Year event, We usually have that at the Lake Elsinore Storm. They have a really nice banquet room there, and the students that from each of the schools that won Student of the Year will return to that event, and we will honor you with a special scholarship and even some more gifts and accolades. So $3,000 is a pretty good chunk of change, and we have many of our scholarship donors here. They're also listed in the program, but the ones that are here, Eastern Municipal Water District, Miss Malaya, so thank you very much. We appreciate your scholarship contribution. International Auto Crafters with Annie Petrelli, so Miss Annie in the back. And of course we have Les Schwab Tire Center in Perris, Brady. Mr. Brady, thank you very much. Appreciate you, and I know that you all are now participating in HIMA. You all are just going to town with our program, so thank you so much for your enthusiasm. The Menifee Valley Chamber of Commerce, we have Desiree Cassidy, and I know you have a guest with you today, Erica Ocampo, and you're also with Wells Fargo Bank in Sun City, so thank you for being here today. Appreciate that. Welcome. And we have Puma, Perris Union Management Association, represented by Cindy Barris. So thank you, Miss Cindy. As well as the Rotary Club of Menifee. I know there's got to be a Rotarian in here from Menifee. Yay, look at, see, we've got you raising your hand. There we go. And Star Milling, so thank you, Miss Missy. Appreciate you as well. And we have some Student of the Year gift sponsors. They are so generous. They provide some special gifts. Mark Yarborough, who has Swedish Speed and Champion Towing, provides a special engraved ink pen. Costco in Lake Elsinore gives us a huge beach towel. You get that huge beach towel. And CR&R has a special gift for you as well. So we are excited about that. I'd like to introduce now our dignitaries. They've come prepared with a special certificate and some words of congratulations for you. And we will share in this order. With the City of Perris, we'll have Judy Hani, our Assistant City Clerk. The City of Menifee, our Councilwoman Lisa Sobek. Assemblywoman Melissa Melendez's office, Caitlin Blackmer. And Assemblyman Jose Medina's office, Cesar Gomez. Senator Mike Morrell's office, Heather Perry. Senator Richard Roth, Alti Holcomb. And County Supervisor Marion Ashley, Amber Smalley. And to conclude remarks will be Grant Bennett, our superintendent of our Perris Union High School District. So thank you very much, Miss Judy.
Good morning. My name is Judy Hani. I am with the City of Perris, and I just wanted to say on behalf of the mayor, the city council, and the city clerk, I just want to present this beautiful certificate to each one of you and congratulate you on your accomplishments and extend our heartfelt wishes for your continued success. Congratulations.
Good morning. My name is Caitlin Blackmer, and I am here on behalf of Assemblywoman Melissa Melendez, and she also wanted to offer each of you students with this certificate of recognition and recognize you for the hard work and the dedication that you've put into your schooling and your education and extracurriculars to be able to qualify for this amazing position, I guess you could call it. There's a quote by Emerson, he is an author, that says, "Every man is my superior in that I learn of him." And I take that to heart, especially when I come to the Student of the Months, because I learn something from each and every one of you students every time I come. And so once again, congratulations.
Good morning again. I'm Lisa Sobek, Menifee City Council. On behalf of the City Council and the City of Menifee, we congratulate you. We want to thank Sizzler and Sally for doing this program and how it's grown and how it's made such a difference in the lives of so many children, our students and families. Really, you're not children, you're young adults. As I talked to a few of you and heard of your interests and your goals, I'm just so proud of you. And if I have a granddaughter that's a senior, and if I was talking to her and having a grandma one-on-one, I'd be asking her, How are things going in your family? Family comes first. So how are things going with your brothers and sisters? Are you getting along? Are you being a good example? And are you kind to people? How are things going in your schoolwork? Are you working hard and doing your best? And I just want to say to you, you must be doing all those things because you're here today. So congratulations.
Hello, my name is Cesar Gomez, and on behalf of California State Assembly member Jose Medina, it is my pleasure to recognize all the students and congratulate them on being October's Student of the Month. Congratulations.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here on behalf of Senator Morrell. I'd like to congratulate all you've done to get to this point and encourage you and applaud you for everything that you're going to accomplish in the future. Congratulations.
Well, good morning, everyone. On behalf of Senator Richard Roth, it is my pleasure to present these 4 certificates of recognition to 4 stellar students. Students, thank you for staying focused thus far. We wish you the best of success going forward. And parents, friends, and supporters of these students, we also thank you for your many contributions to their lives. So again, congratulations and have a great day.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of Riverside County Supervisor Marion Ashley's office, we would like to congratulate you all on receiving the Student of the Month award. We wish you the best of success and hope that you bring your businesses and that success back into our communities later on. Thank you.
Well, good morning. As the superintendent for the Perris High School District, very proud to be here, be able to present our great students that are doing such wonderful things in the classroom. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I want to say congratulations to the students, the parents, the families, for them, the support that you've given the students to get to this point and for their achievements. Today is a kind of a big day in the school district. This is our 3rd annual Kickoff to College event. Today's the day. So we have a lot of different activities happening back at the schools, and we want in our district, some of our goals are to make every kid college and or career ready. So we have a whole bunch of activities going on today. One of the things, we have all the staff wearing their college gear today, trying to promote the college going culture. And my cabinet's here in their gear today. What do we have? We have Azusa Pacific University, we have Laverne, Cal State San Marcos, Clemson, and I'll call it a football school, but it's but not everybody can have a Cal State Long Beach. You have to be a dirtbag to wear Cal State Long Beach. But I'm a proud graduate of Cal State Long Beach in the Cal State system. And we want you students to start thinking about that, because the application window opens up and it's time to start looking at where you want to go, what your plans are, and we know that all of you are going to have a great future and wonderful things to come as you work towards your career goals. And again, hope I have another thing to do before I move on. All those prizes, the gifts that Sally talked about that you're going to be getting today, and the certificates, you're going to get to do something really cool, which some of you may not have done before. You get to fill out a thank you note for each of those gifts that you're getting and the prizes that you've won and things like that. You're probably asking, how am I going to know who to send them to? Well, we also have a 3-page list of the people that are donating. So you'll have the opportunity to fill those out and send them out to all the sponsors and that help put on this event. And it needs to be a handwritten note, you don't take your Chromebook and type it up, print out 45 copies and paste it in. It's handwritten. And when you complete those, you're probably saying, I have to do out 50 of those things. It's a lot of money to pay for those, to mail them. You take and give them to your principal when you complete them, and the district will pay for the postage on those. But it's important to let our sponsors know that you appreciate what they've done to support you and to celebrate you today. And again, to all the students, congratulations.
Well, I have to say, next year I'm going to put on my calendar that today's the kickoff, because I could have wore a lot of things. I went to University of Alabama for 2 years, Roll Tide Roll. Bear Bryant walked on water at that time. And then I finished at Pepperdine in Malibu, and I was a wave cheerleader, so I could have worn my cheerleader outfit. But then, Grant, I did summer school at Long Beach State. So I had a little bit of biology there. And then my kids went to Baylor, and I was made an honorary graduate because I sent 3 kids there. So I could have socks, hat, I could have been really dressed up. So there we go. That is fun. So gifts, we talked about gifts. We have all kinds of goodies. There was a table when y'all walked in that had a red bag. It kind of looks like this bag over here, and there's all kinds of goodies in it. And we're going to share some of those goodies because some of you folks are here. So the City of Menifee, Lisa walked in with this nice big carry bag with all kinds of goodies in it from the City of Menifee, so you will enjoy that. The same with the City of Perris. They have some fun items for you as well. And Eastern Municipal Water District has some neat things. They've got some sunglasses and lip balms and mints and things for you. And International Auto Crafters has a swag bag. Bags are in. I know they are because I have a bag for everything I do, and my husband says, you are the bag woman. So I know bags are in. I love bags. And then we've got New Life Fellowship. Pastor Ted has a neat Bible for you. And of course, you've got Reflections Christian Fellowship. Pastor Don has another special Bible promise book for you. So thank you very much, gentlemen. We appreciate that. Always thinking of our kids. And we have just some fun things. We have from Temecula Olive Oil Company, you get to go on a tour of the olive oil ranch. That'll be a lot of fun. And you get some neat gifts from your school. Then you get to go visiting some restaurants. You get to come back to Sizzler. You get to go to my parents' diner, Richie's Real American Diner. You get to go to Firehouse Subs. You get to go to Denny's and Jack in the Box and Castle Amusement Park and In-N-Out Burger and Jersey Mike's Subs. I'm a woman that loves food. Okay, and everybody that I know. In fact, I was on a plane last Saturday to Tennessee to a certified Angus beef conference, and I met a gentleman because I kind of overheard a little bit, not that you try to listen to people's conversations, but when you're really close on a plane, I heard this man said he was from BJ's, and of course my husband and I own Sizzler, so my ear kind of, the red flag went up, and we got off that plane, and I sparked up a conversation with him, and I said, I'd really like to get some BJ certificates for my Student of the Month program. And so he gave me his card. So hopefully next month we'll have some BJ certificates. That's how I operate. Okay. So far, no one has really told me no yet. So that's a good thing. Texas Roadhouse, and we've got movie tickets for you. So all kinds of neat things. Giovanni's Pizza and Subs, and New York Upper Crust Pizza and Whimsical Yogurt. I mean, you name it, we're getting it. So you will get to have a lot of fun, and you might need to take some extra jogs around the football field by the time it's over with. So with that, we are going to introduce our students and start our program, and we have a presentation format. I want to share that with you so everybody's comfortable with what we're doing this morning. We have your entire family will come forward. The program order is according to this program. So we'll begin with Heritage High and we will end with Paloma Valley High School. And when you come forward, we'll have the principal stand behind the podium, and our mentor teacher will stand right here, and our student will stand right here, and then all of your family, so parents, grandparents, everyone will come up here. We're going to have you stand real tight, kind of like in a half circle huddle, because it's being taped by our great friends and students from Paloma Valley High School. It will be aired on Time Warner Cable Television from the generosity of the City of Perris. So that will be exciting. And then, so the student will have 2.5 minutes to share. And in your 2.5 minutes, we want you to introduce your family and guests. We want you to share a little bit about your college and career goals, your life on your campus and high school. And then we want you to answer either one or more of the following questions. And the questions are, what do you believe is your greatest contribution to your community, school, or family? Or what do you think is the most significant life lesson that you will take with you to college? Or how do you plan on giving back to our community or paying it forward? Or the final question, Share a personal story that demonstrates an obstacle that you have overcome. Then we will have your mentor teacher say a few words, and then we'll have one member from your family conclude and say a few words as well. And I always say, have a little dry corner of your napkin still at your table with you, because sometimes we do cry tears of joy, or we'll even laugh a little with you, but we are right here with you. We appreciate you sharing from your heart. This microphone goes up if you're really tall, and it goes down if you're short. And be sure to speak into the microphone clearly. And with that, let's begin with Heritage High School and Frank Arce. And I'm going to leave this up here so that way, principals, you'll know who to introduce next. And I think we're good.
Thank you, Sally. Good morning, everyone. So as you'll see, I'm actually wearing my Kickoff to College shirt, and Mr. Bennett did mention that district-wide we're having kids apply for college and participate in different activities that have to do with colleges and universities. And we're excited because, yes, last night we actually had the media come out to our school and do interviews for students and for staff members there. So I just want to quickly share that my mom called me this morning and she said, "Mijo, you came out on TV." I said, "Well, yeah, Mom, we did some interviews for a thing." She goes, and I try to explain to her again that I'm a school principal and that this is what I do, right? And she said, "I don't care, mijo. You were on Canal 34 Univision. That's all that matters to her." So that's the greatest accomplishment in her eyes. But that's a proud mom. And we have proud parents here, the parents of Andrea Serrato. And Andrea is an exemplary student. You guys, she challenges herself with rigorous courses. She wants to be a doctor. She comes from a great family. Her brother is a naval officer. Her parents believe in hard work. That's something I'm absolutely convinced about. She talked very proudly about how her dad works in construction, and he works hard. And I'll tell you something. I want to share something with you, Dad. I'm going to do a little analogy here with construction. You know that a strong foundation is very important to build on successfully. And I can tell you, sir, you and your family have constructed a strong foundation in Andrea and your kids. So congratulations. You guys, I'd like to introduce to you our student of the month, Andrea Serrato.
Hello, my name is Andrea Serrato and I am accompanied by my parents and godmother. I am honored to be chosen as Heritage Student of the Month, and I would like to thank everybody who has helped me get here, especially Mr. La Rochelle. Growing up with two immigrant parents, I was always held to higher expectations, especially since my older brother was such an overachiever. They came over when they were about my age, not fluent in English, and immediately started a family. My parents worked hard, breaking bones and standing for hours, to ensure that me and my siblings go further and rise higher. For that, I am immensely grateful. Through my parents, I have learned the value of hard work and how it could lead you farther in life. I work hard so that I do become successful and become what they have dreamed of me becoming. I take this lesson with me to college, knowing that applying myself and studying hard will allow me to graduate with a degree in microbiology, hopefully from UCLA, and become a doctor so that I may be able to heal those like my dad who break bones in order to get their children further in life. Thank you for your support and generosity.
Five years ago, I had the opportunity to nominate her brother for Student of the Month. And at that time, I made the statement that they shouldn't be standing here based upon their story. And Andrea took what her brother did in high school to a whole nother level. She is that student that does not look like she's trying, but she gets straight A's. She is very calm in class. She is the quiet leader in the classroom. You have the students who speak up, but then they look to Andrea to make sure what they're saying is correct. Andrea is involved all throughout campus. She is a 3-sport varsity athlete on top of doing countless hours of community service. She's an inspiration, and what draws me to the Serrato family was their story, but it kind of is analogous to mine in a sense that my dad did construction his entire life. Pretty much most of you are probably living in houses that my dad or his company that he worked for built. And my dad used to tell me, you don't want to
nail roofs in 125-degree weather, get an education. And that story is basically why she's here, because that's what she was told over and over again, that you don't want to break bones, you don't want to work with your hands, and you want to get an education. And her brother, and I found out today there's another one coming, have figured it out and are working hard, and they're going to be nothing but success in college. Congratulations, Andrea.
Good morning, everyone. Like she said, I was introduced to the English at an adult age. So excuse me if I misspeak or say something that doesn't sound right. But I tell her every day how proud of her I am. But now I got the opportunity to tell all these kids how proud I am for everyone. They are the future of this country. And I want you to know that today they're telling you you're gonna go higher education. Well, that's for you, but your service is for your community. Thank you.
Andrea, we're very proud of you, honey. Great job. I'd now like to introduce Principal Dean Hauser from Perris Lake High School.
Thank you, Frank. All right, get them all up here. Get in close, we'll get yelled at. Close. Patience. Neither a theory or idea in which I am wholly familiar with. But I can tell you that Patience Walker Anderson, I do know a little bit about her. Let me tell you just a little bit about her. Like the rest of these students, she does extremely well in class. She's involved in everything that happens on our campus. She's in leadership, takes a leadership position, and she certainly has goals in terms of what she would like to do in the future. What she is not patient with, playing words, huh? Pretty good. Is that she will probably finish all of her requirements in March, and she'll be done early. And then, of course, she has some plans, and she'll share that with you. So I would like to introduce to you, and we're very proud of her, the Perris Lake High School Student of the Month, Patience Walker Anderson.
Good morning, staff, students, and family members of Perris Union District.
A little closer.
Thank you to the supporters of this event for taking the time to invest in our future and recognizing all of these amazing students here today. My name is Patience Walker Anderson, and I would like to take a moment to introduce my family. This is my grandma, my boyfriend Justin, my dad, my mom, and my baby sister Harley, and then my guest teacher is Miss Stern. I believe my greatest contribution would be a contribution of many things, beginning with the strong and giving heart that I so proudly inherited from my grandma. That strength allowed me to grow into the young lady that I am today. From this strength, I have learned a great lesson that although many things can get in the way of getting something done, there is nothing that can stop you with a proper support. I've learned not to take time for granted. I've learned how to become a better student, how to manage my level of concentration, and how to become a strong young woman by taking those pieces and putting them back together. This experience has left a desire in my heart to pay it forward within our community by dedicating myself to becoming a drug and alcohol counselor. Not only because I have always struggled with maintaining my grades in general, but I learned how to grab a hold of various distractions and force them to become limited. I will begin an online program that will take about 6 months to complete. You may be asking, why a drug and alcohol counselor? My family has struggled through many of these addictions, these diseases that destroy families along with person as well. But I want to help these people based on the perspective of the kids. So these individuals know what the kids have to witness and live through. I want to make sure that their voices are heard and their futures are considered. I was able to learn from my struggles and become a better student at Perris Lake. I have excelled at Perris Lake. I don't have to impress anyone or worry about other things because I can be myself and reflect on how far I have come and how further I can go. With programs like this, it motivates me even more to reach out to others and become a support system to better themselves. Thank you for being here. Thank you for believing in us and for believing in our future.
Her family is very proud of her, and we're very proud of all the other students that are receiving this award this morning, and we thank everybody for this program.
Good job. Good job. Oh.
Good evening.
Patience.
Good morning, forgive me. Patience, I have known for years. I've had the pleasure of knowing this student as a substitute teacher and seeing her just advance, taking the support that she's got from not only family, but from friends and from fellow staff, and seeing her take those skills to heart. This young lady has heart, but more important than that, she has courage. And courage is contagious, which I got the pleasure of learning last week. But I went back to school and I see it every day. This young lady has faced many challenges in life and has risen to that and has not allowed those challenges to stifle her, but has used her tenacity and leadership skills to propel herself forward. And I look forward to watching her not only get an education to be a counselor, but also to use her hands-on skills, because she loves working on automobiles and motorcycles, and she gets to have that along with the academic knowledge, and I think it's something that she's going to enjoy, and I look forward to watching her success.
Just about skipped you there, Carol. I'd like to introduce Christy Coulter, the assistant principal at Perris High School.
I have my power team with me right now. First and foremost, I'm greatly honored to be here to present Isaac Perris as Perris High's Student of the Month. Isaac prides himself on his academics and his moral character. He credits his two parents who have pushed him to be the best version of himself by setting high standards. He admits he hasn't always liked the high standards, but now he sees their value, and he is where he is because of it. Academically, Isaac is one of Perris' best. He has a cumulative GPA of 4.25 and has several AP classes. He wanted to take more, but his leadership role as editor-in-chief in the newspaper prevented him from doing so. He appreciates his position, though, because he gets to go ahead and help others and guide them in constructive ways. I'm kind of bragging here. Isaac is currently applying to UC Berkeley after earning an SAT score of 1300 and an ATC score of 29
First time.
on his first time. And due to the influence of some staff members, particularly Ms. Woodard, he is currently looking at applying at Ivy League colleges like Harvard and Yale and Duke and Cornell. So we kind of pulled him away. He's like, I have to apply for colleges. So we're pulling away from there, and he's here, and we're able to honor him. He is also very proud of his sense of creativity. He plays the guitar and has done so for 8 years. The hours and hours of practice was inspired by his father, who studied piano for 17 years and played at a conservatory in Poland. He credits his guitar to stimulating him intellectually and giving him a keen listening ear. Isaac is the embodiment of the legacy of Perris High. Perris High is extremely proud of him, and we're super proud to go and award you this award.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss. Excuse me. Thank you, Miss Coulter, for your kind words. It was my plan to memorize the speech, but the other work from all the classes made the task impossible. So I'll read the speech to you guys. Teachers, fellow students, and sponsors, I stand here with great pride and gratitude. My name is Isaac Mijares, and I had the privilege of inviting my beloved parents, Tao and Anna Mijares. I was nominated to be Student of the Month by my sophomore teacher, Mr. Morgan Wilson, and was delighted to find that many of my past and current teachers corroborated the nomination. As a student who takes pride in his education, it fills me with joy to know that my efforts have yielded the respect and admiration of my educators. It is honors like these that motivate me to strive for higher standards of both academics and character. My career at Perris has so far been one of discovery and knowledge. I have been exposed to a whole spectrum of opinions and perspectives, which have enabled me to formulate my own, and I have been given the tools with which to build my future, which have empowered me to materialize my ambitions. However, there is one lesson in particular that I have realized is most cardinal to success, and is the ability to be decisive. It has through the years become apparent to me that decisiveness is a virtue only the most successful individuals possess. I have learned that I must not dither in the face of doubt, but rather embrace it with intuition and wit, for hesitance is most inimical to success. I learned that I must not be supine when an immediate course of action is needed, but instead dwell in the confidence of my knowledge. In life, certainty is not always present, but I cannot allow its absence to render me inept to the situation. Decisiveness has taught me that the most efficient and fulfilling way to live life is to be sure of myself, my opinions, and my actions. And to end the speech, it is my plan, my humble wish, to attend a prestigious institution of education, whether that be in-state or out of state. It is to my fortune that my academic vigor has opened countless doors to me, and it is people like Ms. Coulter, teachers like Mr. Morgan that help me every day make the right decisions, and I cannot thank my parents enough for pushing me every day, reminding me that I can be better, and I want to thank the sponsors, teachers, and students. It makes me happy to know that it's not only my efforts that are being recognized, but everyone's efforts that are being recognized. Thank you very much.
Me? Is it me? Oh, what do you want to do with all that?
Oh, my bad. I want to major in English. Writing has always been a passion for me for a very long time. I started writing a book a couple months ago, and I have made some progress. It's my wish to finish it someday. But yeah, I know, with my decisiveness, I know that I want to dedicate my life to writing.
Whew, that's kind of a hard act to follow for a community college, then university graduate, but okay. Well, thank you everybody for coming. Thank you, Sizzling Sally. Oh, you guys can come in close. Sizzling Sally.
Snuggle in.
Okay, so I'm supposed to tell you the story of my experience with Isaac. I first met him, AP World History, 15, 16 years old. And if you can remember when you were 15 and 16 in high school, what was the main thing on your mind? Probably like most of the students. Confused, the latest music, the gossip, the fashion, and all kinds of things like that. Most students that age kind of lose track of why they're supposed to be there. Focus, learn new things, make mistakes in front of a group of 35 of your peers causes most 15, 16-year-olds basically to shut down. Isaac was different. The things I remember about Isaac, number one, he was always the last one to leave the classroom. As a teacher, usually 5 minutes before the bell, you start to hear the rustling, and you can see people reaching for their backpacks. After the class races out the door, I remember Isaac was always the one that was kind of like the last to leave. Kind of like if you watch athletes on the field or a boxer, if you leave everything on the field, when that final gun goes off, the bell rings, the really true great athletes won't be the first off the field. They'll kind of hang out. They're recompressing, they're thinking about their next task, and that was kind of like Isaac. I could tell he was basically digesting what he just learned, taking a few deep breaths, slowly putting his things in his backpack. He's already thinking about his next class. It's like, dude, yeah, that's great. And a student like Isaac, others tend to kind of gravitate to him. So not only is this young man dedicated to improving himself, but the friends that he has around him are drawn up with him. He sets a high bar for everybody around him, including teachers. And I must say, it's students like these Students of the Month that really inspire us teachers to go to work. because we can pull our hair out and try to get kids just to pay attention for 15 minutes since they're 15 years old, 16 minutes because they're 16 years old, and on and on. But when you have a student like Isaac, we create things, we raise the bar because of students like that. Another thing I wanted to mention, I did notice also that students that smile when they don't understand and ask the questions and take challenges. Isaac, if I could give an analogy, a visual image, he's like a lion that's just pounced on a kill. He's kind of pondering it. He knows it's going to be there for him to eat, and he'll slowly, methodically start to pick that thing apart. Since it is the last time that I'll be able to work with Isaac as a mentor, as a teacher, since he is an English major, I was going to ask you, what do you think his major is going to be? English major. I'm going to give you a choice. I have a couple of quotes. One is an American author and one is an English. Which one would you like?
American.
The American. Okay, so it's Mark Twain. And it's Mark Twain's quote on greatness. Good choice. Here's what he said. Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that. But the really great make you feel that you too can become great. Mark Twain. And I think that's what Isaac is all about. His friends know that. That's why they hang around with him. He sets the high standard for himself. And being a musician, and I didn't know your dad was one too,
Yeah.
Everybody's a critic if you're into art. And you can't play that, and you're really bad. Never seen him get mad. Never seen him had a crossword. A couple times I saw his forehead furrow a little. When things weren't going his way. I want to end with this quote from another American author, Mario Puzo, author of The Godfather. Great men are not born great, they grow great. And for all the staff and all of the people at Perris High School, it's been a pleasure watching you grow. And not only as an academic, as a friend, as a human being, but also watching your beard, which has been awesome. And everybody is jealous of it. So congratulations, good luck in the future.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I just want to say a couple of things. Today I have the opportunity to know a little bit better the teachers of my son, who for me are the second parents of his. And I want to pay all my respect and all my gratitude, because without you guys, everything that we are doing at home will be basically pointless. So thank you very much, and God bless you.
All right, with great pleasure, I would like to go ahead and introduce Jennifer Tomasian, principal of Paloma High School.
All right, good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. It is with great pride that our Student of the Month from Paloma Valley, Mr. John Paul, this morning. Things that have impressed me about this young man here. Number one, he has never in his high school career received anything lower than an A, which is stupendous. The other thing makes that even more stupendous that is impressing me is that cumulatively he has a 4.429 GPA, which means he's taken quite a number of AP and dual enrollment classes and really pushed himself to take everything that we have to offer. This year he's taking 5 AP classes, which is actually a step down for him, although he is peer tutoring in AP Stats, which is impressive to be tutoring AP Stats as a student. The thing that really impresses me about him, though, is his kindness towards others. He is actively involved in our Key Club. He was just organizing a very successful blood drive. We had 140 pints donated of blood. On the day that I went to tell him he was our Student of the Month at that blood drive, he was, busily organizing the other Key Club members and pulling them together. And, I announced it, hey, he's our Student of the Month. Everyone clapped. And by the time people were done clapping, he was back to work, just quietly doing what needed to be done. And that is the young man that I know here. So thank you and welcome.
It's going to be a tough act to follow all those great speeches, but I'll try. So, hello and good morning, everybody, staffs, fellow students, my parents, and my teacher that recommended me, Ms. Brown. Just a week ago, I would have never imagined I would be standing here at this prestigious institution known as Sizzlers making this speech. But my world was rocked when I discovered that I'd been honored with Student of the Month for Paloma Valley. Maybe I'm being too hard on myself here, but I've self-diagnosed myself with terminal senioritis. I've always believed that I procrastinated way too much and I didn't push myself to my fullest extent. So imagine my surprise when I was called over by our school principal, Ms. Tomasian, when I was helping out at the school blood drive last week, hosted by Key Club. So Ms. Tomasian's assurance that this announcement was not a mistake, and that her reasoning for selecting me really put into perspective my development over these past few years, not only as a student, but as a force of change in our community. So when I first came into Paloma my freshman and sophomore year, I honestly only had one goal, and that was to become valedictorian. That's it, nothing else. I would do whatever necessary. I would ostracize myself from friendships. I would send my sleep cycle into an unholy downward spiral of energy drinks and late night snacks. That's all I focused on. Some might say I was committed, but truthfully, I was just selfishly, grooming my own ego. And I lost sight of the bigger picture that high school had to offer, which is to connect with other people and to build your character in preparation to face the challenges of the outside world. So in junior year, I decided to take a stand. I was going to join Key Club, which is the service organization that we have on campus. I've always been introverted, so the thought of meeting and speaking, collaborating with other people makes my blood pressure spike and my hormones all unbalanced, and sort of like what's happening right now. But challenging myself to go out of my comfort zone was the best decision that I ever made in high school, in my opinion, because it introduced me to the satisfaction of leadership through service. I was elected treasurer of Key Club after writing a campaign speech 5 minutes before I was supposed to present, another shining example of my procrastination. But apparently the members of our club put their trust in me, and I couldn't just let them down, right? So this past year I poured my heart and my energy into this club and organizing, what they said, blood drives and attending weekly meetings with the rest of my officers. But most importantly, I felt like I bonded with the members of my club beyond what just the job entails, and by extension I bonded with the rest of the community that we serve. My activity in Key Club was one of the aspects that led to my selection as Student of the Month, and in truth, it's the factor that I'm proudest of. So I'd like to thank some people now. I'd like to thank foremost my parents for always supporting and encouraging me, and they were the ones who really pushed me to perform community service in the first place and pushed me to join Key Club. So they both came to America from Vietnam, wishing that I would have a better opportunity to learn and grow than they ever could, and for their tireless work in supporting me, I am forever indebted to them. I would also like to thank Ms. Brown, my former dual enrollment English teacher, for recommending me for this award. She is a great teacher. She really pushes her students to set goals for themselves, meet deadlines for the many essays that we had to write. And lastly, I would like to thank the school administration and district board for looking past a few of my glaring faults and recognizing me as what POHSD considers as a model student. I am flattered and humbled by your praise. So, yes, thank you.
Oops, your aspiration, yeah, don't forget that.
So after high school, I plan to go and apply to UCSD as a biomedical engineering major. I've always been interested in what the subject entails. Like medicine, I've always been fascinated by how it can save lives and help others, and I would love to further the field through research. And hopefully I'm also going to minor in English, or maybe mathematics. I don't know. It depends. We'll see.
So in 25 years of teaching, I've had a number of very gifted and talented students pass through the door. And John Paul, I tried to encourage him to major in English because he is very fluent in his writing, and he goes into great detail, writing twice as much as anybody else. His essays were always at least 10 pages long, and so he did put effort into it. As much as he might like to say he procrastinates, if he does it with great ease in getting things done. So he's a brilliant student, and I think that he's going to have a brilliant future, and it's been my honor to get to know him.
So good morning, everyone. So as parents, we are very proud of John Paul for receiving this Student of the Month award. And at home we saw him, working very hard at everything that he focused on. Sometimes he stayed late to 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and we didn't even know what he was doing. So we're very proud of him, and we wish him all the best for his academic achievement for the rest of this school year, and also onward to college. And I also would like to thank all the teacher, the counselor at school for guiding and helping him, and also thank you for the sponsor for this program. Thank you.
All right, thank you and congratulations, Mr. John Paul. Up next, we have Ms. Sally Myers coming back to close out our program. Thank you, everyone.
Well, that was incredible, and I just have to say to all of you, we really appreciate your sharing, because we know you shared from the heart today, and it's not always easy to come to a room and share, sometimes just with the folks you know, but then with people that you don't know, and we appreciate you doing that. I want to first introduce some special students with us this morning from Paloma Valley High School, and it is the camera crew from Paloma Valley. And so let's give them a great round of applause. And we'll see if I can read this right. So we have director and audio. Is it Ashes Norris and Anthony Robodio? Am I saying that right? In the back over there. So thank you very much. Camera number 1. Where's camera number 1? Number 1. This is Winter Tillman? Hunter. Okay. So Hunter. Thank you very much, Mr. Hunter. Camera number 2. Where's camera number 2? 2. This is Eddie Roche. Thank you. Camera 3. And this is Jordan Massey. Am I right? All right. So, and under the direction of Randy Hughes, Mr. Hughes, you need to come out here so everybody can see you. Thank you very much. You worked hard with these students, and they do get, I think by the time that they finish, it's actually an early lunch, and they have to make sure that all the cords are perfectly wrapped and everything goes back into Mr. Hughes's car. He's very meticulous. They take excellent care of their equipment. A great mentor teacher for these students that are interested in the audiovisual, plus they get to hear the great stories as well. So that is really fun. At the end, I like to be able to just share a few key words that I took notes of from everything that you had to say. And so it's interesting. In this group, we've got doctors, counselors, English and writers and bioengineers, and we just have just some fabulous futures ahead of us with you students. So I want to ask Andrea to please stand. So Andrea, I was really touched by, not only do you have high expectations, but I want to say to you, I appreciate how you really admire your parents, and you have taken their commitment and dedication to you, and you've taken it very seriously, and you've taken it to heart to not just be great, but also just to show your admiration for your family. And that's, I have a lot of appreciation for that, because so many young people today kind of, discount their families and don't realize what commitment and time it takes, for parents to raise good kids today. And so that is neat, and that you are a high achiever, and you just have these great work ethics. So I know you're going to do very good, and we hope you go to UCLA. All right, congratulations to you. And Patience. Patience, you are also one adorable young lady. I love your heart and just how you opened up to us today, and you have this amazing family with you, and you shared, instead of being negative, you shared on the positive. You've shared about your victories and your overcoming things, and how yes, there have been challenges in your family, but those challenges you have taken those challenges and you've turned them into positives, which is really awesome. And that you say you have your strong and giving heart, and I wrote down that you never give up, and the fact that you have a great attention to time management, when not a lot of people even my age are good at time management, but that is something that you pay a lot of attention to. And the fact that you want to be a support system and going through the drug and alcohol and being a counselor with that, because we know that so many challenges that happen today, obviously it starts within the family, you feel it first, but then it goes out like a domino effect to society, is that drug and alcohol situation, and people end up being something that they're really not, and they have a very difficult time getting out of that bondage and those chains. And so the fact that you're able to come here today, you'll be able to share and say that you want to help people because you know that there is hope and there is light at the end of the tunnel. So I know you're going to do a great job. Thank you. Congratulations to you. And I'm going to say Isaac because I was going to say Renee, but everybody was calling you Isaac. So I'm going to say Isaac. Hey, I love that name. And the first thing that was said about you today was moral character. Again, here we've got these great kids that have these strong foundations, and you don't always find that. And people like me and the folks that are sponsors in business, we want to be able to hire people with great moral character. It's hard to find. So thank you for being that example and that testament to us. And you have such aspirations of going to amazing colleges. Wherever you go, they are going to look to you as a mentor, as a peer mentor, which is really good. And so many of our colleges we've seen today have become so off the charts, wild and crazy, and things going on there. And just to know that we've got these stable and these solid kids with great moral characters is fabulous. I love the fact that you like being decisive. But to be decisive, you have to be a great thinker, which you are. So you're doing it all together. You're just not making decisions based on whatever. You're making decisions based on thoughtful research. And the fact that you want to be a writer and that you have confidence. And I just really admire and value that very, very much. So congratulations to you. And John Paul. Yes, and you, I wrote all these little happy faces every time you said something cute and funny, and and I really enjoyed listening to you as well. One of the first words mentioned about you was kindness, and as a restaurant operator, we all have like service visions in our companies, and one is caring and kindness, because people can go eat anywhere they want, they can spend their money anywhere they want, but most people want to go where they're appreciated and where they're being treated with kindness and caring. And it's neat that at a young age you already have that. You can come work for me anytime you want to. I love caring and kindness. And some of the fun things that you said about how you can self-diagnose, that's really meaning you have a great way with the neat sense of humor that you have about yourself, where you can do positive self-evaluations, and which is fabulous, because a lot of us have a hard time just evaluating ourselves. We may not want to be honest with ourselves, and you obviously do. You love to connect with others, and you connected with all of us in this room just by the things that you shared, which is really just fabulous. And then when you said you're an introvert, I put many, many question marks and several happy faces, because I thought that was really quite funny. And I love how you said you want to get out of your comfort zone. So whatever your comfort zone was before, I love how you're getting out of the comfort zone, because you seem very comfortable in how you're sharing it. It's just really fun. And when you talked about bonding with others, the word that came to mind was relationships, that you enjoy having relationships with other people, and you can't ever take a relationship for granted. And I know that with all of the students here, you all have great relationships with your family, and that's where it's so important. First, like Lisa, what you said earlier, having that relationship with your family. How is your family doing? So being a bioengineer, being interested in medicine, English and math, you're going to do fabulous. So congratulations to you. At the very end, I always share a word from John Maxwell, and he is an author, he's a pastor, he's a motivational speaker, and he is a person that in our company, we listen to a lot of his work because he's just good. He has good inspirational messages. So the word that we're going to listen to today is the word fulfillment, and this is by John Maxwell.
Pamela from Lagos, Nigeria, asked that I would talk for a moment about fulfillment. Welcome to Minute with Maxwell. Fulfillment is a word that I think all of us crave and long for, but we don't always understand how to get it or how to obtain it. As I have watched and observed people that had what I call fulfilled life, their life wasn't fulfilled because they had a lot of money or because things always went their way, but their life was fulfilled because they were living a life of purpose. They were doing the things that they felt that they were created to do, and they were doing it with their very best effort. For me, a fulfilled life means that I've done my very best, that I have to, at the end of the day or at the end of a season of my life, answer to myself, not only to my Creator, but to myself and then the people that I lead. Have I done my best effort? So when I see people that are fulfilled, they are people that maybe don't have more than others, but inside they have fulfillment because they've realized that they have lived their life not only with purpose, but with effort. They have done their best to be their best, and that brings fulfillment.
Yes, I like that. And it describes each one of our students, and I know it describes your families and our teachers, our mentor teachers, our principals, and all of our sponsors in this room, because you all have gathered together to celebrate greatness and to encourage that. And so I want to thank all of you today for being here, just being part of our program and what I like to call that family, that Student of the Month family. So thank you so much. May God richly bless you. We are going to take a picture out front. Miss Sarah has her camera and she's been taking notes, and so she will have some articles that will be going out to all of our media partners as well. So with that, thank you so much.